Hello, everyone, and welcome to Champ Car Live coverage of the amped-up duels at Atlanta Motorsports Park. It's the Champ Car Endurance Series presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. Paul Veltum, Bill Strong, Doc Waldrop, and Tiffany Alexander calling the action this weekend for an 8 and a 7-hour endurance race at Atlanta Motorsports Park, or AMP as we like to call it, designed by Formula One architect Herman Tilke, in the North Georgia mountains in Dawsonville, Georgia. 2 miles in length is this beautiful racetrack in Georgia. 16 turns, arguably one of the most challenging racetracks on the calendar, with no time to rest. These teams are getting ready to roll out off the grid onto the racetrack and get started for this 8-hour contest today, and they are pumped. It's an exciting race on tap today. Doc Waldrop, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir, I can.
At the site there at the racetrack, how are things looking for you and your team? I know you're going to be racing today, too.
Yeah, the car's running great. We had a good time yesterday. A little bit more grip than I expected. I scared myself once and came in, but I got enough laps out there. I'm comfortable enough.
Nice. Well, we're all on the edge of our seats here for your predictions for this race. And I know you spent a lot of time going over all of the teams and the happenings of what you're expecting for this weekend. So tell us about it.
All right. Well, I'm gazing into my crystal ball. We got a lot of nice teams out here. We got 901 Motorsports, 901 and the 902. They're a pair of potent BMW 325 IS models. One typically runs in EC, the other in C. The team has multiple finish in the teens, but this is their first trip here. We got the Chandler School, another 2-car entry, these times in Miatas, by our favorite school. The Chandler Sportsman Trophy is one of the most sought-after trophies in Champ Car, and the cars are actually serviced by the student enrollees in the school. We got Danger Racing Group, number 464, one of the fast SC300s, most recently with the 6th place at Charlotte. And rumor has it they have a certain ringer has been recruited to this race, and that's Roger Cohen. So we'll see how they do. We got the Faux Show Moco, number 91. This Taurus had a 15th place finish here last year, but it's not raced since. So let's see if they can knock the rust off and move up into the top 10. We got Happy Moose, number 740. If anybody knows their way around this track better than Randy Popes, I'd like to see it. So he's in the car right now, leading that car out in the first stint. Not the best finishes here, but they get around here just fine. Then we got the Hong North, the Trans Am number 8. This Miata MX-3 gets around here with the best of them. All top 10 finishes with wins in 2015 and 16. 7th in last year's Eastern Championship. We got the Hot Rod Lincoln, number 595. Not many good results on the books for this team, but I just love saying Hot Rod Lincoln. So we got the John Allen Special 46. This BMW is quite capable of great results here. Multiple finishes in the low teens with the car and their identical sister car, the number 80. That's not out here this weekend. We got Legacy Auto Group, 266 and 268, another pair of Miatas, with both cars notching top 15 finishes, most recently at Thompson. We got the Levian Motorsports, number 255. If this MR2 runs as good as it looks, they'd be a shoo-in for the overall win. With everybody going to the high-wing aero packages, this Toyota has a low-wing look, and it looks great. Yeah. We got the McKibbin's Biohazard Racing, number 382. The MR2 is fast here, and the rumor has that the new build 2.0 will be coming along and joining us soon. They had a 2nd place here finished last year, which got them the last Eastern Championship. We want to give a special shout out to our buddy Jerry Inger, who normally drives this car in the Ergolab car. Jerry's recovering in the hospital from emergency surgery. So we're sending our best wishes to you, buddy. Hope you get well soon. And listen to the doctor. Well, and look at the nurses. We got Mean Green Racing, number 679, another great-looking car in the Champ Car series. Some teething problems early with the new build, but this car is fast. We got Momo Champ, number 230. This Miata is also fast. and has a fine third place finish here in 2015. Frankly, they're fast wherever they go, outperforming what I think, especially on the high horsepower tracks. So look for them. We got Munich Speed and Engineering, number 531. These 318s, BMWs are starting to show up in our series in more increasing numbers. Not too many results to judge this team on, but an 8th at Charlotte shows promise. We got Racing Analytics Accelerates, a number 713, a very fast Miata at their home track. Literally, their offices are headquartered here at the race. And today they're open, and tomorrow they're open for business in case you need some work done on your race car. We got Running Bulls Racing, number 160. Their Champ Car adventure began here in 2014, and they are constantly moving up in the finishes races. They need another good finish here to cement a place in the 2019 championship, which if you caught Mike's red flag video that we did from the house up here in Big Canoe, that's going to be at Charlotte next year. The RVA Graphics, I got him on my list, but that new Audi TT did not make it down here. But they are our series title sponsor and fierce competitors. They're also our 2018 championship winner. We got Schumacher Taxi, number 189, a veteran team. A lot of top 10 finishes to their credit. Let's see how they do here, having never been here. We got Tuttle Motorsports, the 107 and 108. Those pair of Mitsubishi Eclipses either do great or fail miserably. So a potent team for sure. But AMP hasn't been that kind to that team. So we'll see how they do today. We got Visceral Racing Group, number 918. A very fast 944 with many, many top 10 finishes, or top 5 finishes even. Real threat wherever they go. And, of course, the crowd favorite, Brew Crew Racing. Yet to log a top 10 finish, but they are trying. In fact, most teams would agree they're very trying.
Very trying, right.
So anyway, we got cars out on course, baby.
That's right.
Racing.
We're about to go racing, and I don't know about you, Doc. I'm excited. Are you guys excited?
Oh, hell yeah.
Go? Okay. And you're getting in at the end?
I'm getting in at the third stint around, what is that, 2:30.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Nearly 60 teams showed up for this event. These guys are going to be busy. It's going to be a very busy racetrack, very challenging, very technical. And, Doc, there's really not much time to rest on this racetrack. You're always in a turn.
Yeah, there's no time to rest here. It's hard to even get a drink out of your drink bottle. The straightaways, they're straightaways in name only.
Right, you never get the steering wheel straight there.
It's a very physical, aggressive racetrack.
Yeah, you're constantly busy at the wheel here.
Only the strong will survive. This is going to be this is always a tough race, but a lot of fun too. And of course, as you brought up, McKibben's Biohazard Racing, who clinched the championship here last year for their division, a really very different driver lineup. Jerry Anger was very disappointed not to make this race. I was watching him message how he was talking to the doctor, any chance that I could make the race this weekend, and the doctor just laughed. He had a perforated appendix, apparently going back to Friday, so he runs the whole race weekend, not realizing how sick he really is. And heading home, he pulls into the ER, and they're saying, yeah, we need to operate on you before you go septic and die or something. So they got him patched up. He's in recovery, and he said, yeah, I tried pushing on the footboard just to see if I could clutch, and it's a no-go. And then I think it was yesterday I saw a message, and he said, yeah, just no way. I feel like I got hit by a truck. No, I'm glad I didn't try and push it and make it out there. Of course, everybody was telling him, yeah, you're not going. But that's Jerry. He wanted to go anyway. And it, understandable why he was so motivated, because this is where they clinched the championship title last year. And he wasn't able. He wanted to come back and sort of, be a part of that. Randy Pope's, of course, driving his own car this weekend, so he's not with McKibben's Biohazard either. So a different driver lineup for the McKibben's Biohazard Racing team this weekend.
Can you see a transponder on there?
So beautiful racetrack out here, and the weather's expected to be pretty good. 58 degrees is the high, 44 the low. Cloudy skies. It's not supposed to rain, so
it's not bad out there.
We'll see how that goes. Here's a look at Paddock. You can see the cars have headed out onto the racetrack. They've cleared the grid, and we'll see them come around the start-finish line here as they get ready to start this race. It's 8 hours today. They're supposed to go green at 8:30 local time there.
Yep, they're going to do another pace lap, it looks like.
Okay. And then it's checkers at 4:30 today. And I'm really excited. This is going to be great. I love this racetrack. It's got so much character. It's so much elevation change, and but it is equally treacherous in poor weather conditions.
Yeah, I mean the track's a little damp out there, but there's no rain. It's kind of a heavy overcast day, but I don't see any sprinkles falling. So I think the line will get out there. The wet line here is pretty much the dry line here as well. So
right. You probably, I mean, is it because there really isn't anywhere to go?
Yeah.
So nearly 60 teams out here this weekend for this big challenge out here this weekend. And it's been kind of a double header. You know, we had that big race last weekend at Road America, and then we got teams trying to get out here to run this race too. It's been the Champ Car Endurance Series has been very busy.
Very.
And so many teams are excited to be out here this weekend for this race. We're looking at probably, I think Randy Popes has said it, I have to agree, this is the most challenging corner of the racetracks in the United States. It's just really tricky to get it right, to hang on and not find yourself out in that huge sand pit out there. That's why it's so wide and deep, because there are a lot of cars that tend to go off over there. There's a little bit of a bump, and it unsettles the car, and you're coming over there at a terrific speed.
That's a front straightaway, right? Or
yeah, that's heading out of 16 onto that front straightaway.
That is such a fast. You come out of that last turn onto the straightaway, and it is so fast if you're doing it right. So fast, and you track out all the way, and then as soon as you get the car back underneath you, you're back right trying to set up from one. That's why we're saying, like, even though it looks like a straightaway, that steering wheel is never straight.
Right. You just don't get the kind of time that you get at, say, like a Road America, where you have those long straights where you can, you maybe have to turn the wheel a little bit on the back stretch, but you got time. Like Doc said, you don't even have time to take a drink here. You're busy all the time. Your head's on a pivot. You're watching your mirrors all the time because the track's always turning. You just never know if somebody's going to be trying to get a nose in underneath you.
We are green. Oh, and Randy Popes is in the lead.
Wow. I think it really lets some of the less horsepower cars show their handling advantage here, and really it's a great equalizer here on this course because it is so technical. Of course, the guys who know this course, guys and girls, I call everybody guys, will really have an advantage.
Sure, because it is so technical. There's so much to it. 16 turns, there's just so much to it.
And you have a lot of blind places, so it takes a while to kind of trust that the track is going to be there when you get there.
Right. And certainly we went full course caution already. I don't know if that's true or not. We'll watch to see what you guys see from the tower. But we're on board with Randy, inside Randy's car. I'm not sure if Randy's driving or not.
Randy is driving.
Here's a look at that front straightaway heading down into turn 1. It's a kind of a descending corner, like you drop down into that corner, and then it's a hard left.
Very hard left.
Coming down there at a terrific speed. Really easy to overcook it going down there.
Very.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Randy is in the car.
Yep. Looks like we got a car into the tire wall at turn 15, so they've gone full course caution.
Yeah, 15's that hard. That's a hard place on this track.
Leading into 16, right?
Yeah.
15, 16.
Yeah, it's a narrow entry onto what little straight we have here.
Right. So turn 15, let me see.
That's the end of the carousel, basically.
Back in this area here. So probably ended up down in here.
Yeah, and that's also pit in, so.
Mm-hmm. And that's a tricky part, even though it looks pretty simple.
It's tricky.
Tricky part of the racetrack. Like you're carrying a lot of speed. It's not like a lower speed carousel like Barber or something like that. It's a high speed. You're changing gears. The car is really loaded up. It's very tricky.
Yeah, you want to hit fourth before you get to that right-hand king.
I remember the very first time I drove that track, and I was like, what? We're going to shift gears here?
Not ideal.
But it's fun. I mean, once you get the hang of it, it really flows together, and knowing it and getting that technical track down, you can really...
Yeah, what you do have to watch is when it's raining out here, that low coming out of 15 before you take that short right kink onto the main straight, it tends to puddle up water right where you'd like to be.
Oh, yeah, because it's a little uphill when you're coming in through that. Is there moisture out there, Doc?
The track's a little damp, but I haven't been out there, of course, but there's no standing water that I see. There's a little bit entering, let's see, that's turn 6, I believe. Yeah, there's a little bit entering turn 6, but you're wide there anyway. So, no, I don't, the track looks great. There was surprising amount of grip yesterday. We had one of the Apex Pros in our car yesterday. I couldn't make hide or sense of what it was telling me because I didn't get the lowdown on it, but I didn't spin, so.
Well, I mean, that's a good start, right?
It's a great start for me. Oh, no. This is their home track.
Right.
So we're getting a message that it's, I'm sorry, my mic was off. We're getting a message it was Racing Analytics that was off into the wall in 15. That's the Mazda Miata that Doc was talking about. This is their home track.
I'm going to be off for a second. I'm going to change to my earbuds.
All right, Doc.
Okay. Let's see.
So we're full course caution here as we've got a car that's off in 15. The pace car has picked up the field, and our running order right now, it's Happy Moose, Legacy Autosports, Momo Champ, Full Throttle, RPM, Justin's Angels, Amped Up is 7th, Acme Racing is 8th, then Legacy Autosports and Apex Predators in 10th, with a report that it's Racing Analytics in the wall this morning on the first lap of this race. Looks like we're still going to be under caution for another lap
Yep.
It's going to take a little bit of time to get the truck over there. I'm not sure where all the trucks are parked and what the access is, but unfortunately, that's towards the end of the lap. So.
There's a cut through at 10 that goes up to between 15 and 16, and that's where they've stationed the emergency vehicles. So they're right there, but they have to go backwards on the track there.
Sure. At least they'll be able to pull them quickly into the pit area.
Yeah.
And we're getting a message from the tower. They're going to have to put some tires back together, too, for that wall. So that'll take a minute there to get that taken care of. And, Elon Gordon's over there on our Facebook feed.
Hey, Elon.
How you doing?
We miss you here, buddy.
Yeah, I was just thinking about e-racing this morning, wondering when we were going to see you guys next. Hoping you're going to see us you're going to be with us out there at Sebring coming up. So yeah, they're working on the tire wall right now. They've got a crew out there right now getting that put back together, and it is on the outside that the Miata must have traversed. So they got that. They got to deal with that.
How's my mic sound now?
That's still a little low.
Still a little low. Okay.
Yeah, it's getting better. Oh, you're in Savannah. Okay.
Is that any better?
Yeah. Also got a report that it was the 679 green that crashed into the 713.
Oh, that's the Mean Green Racing. That's Pete's car.
Yeah, they just got that car off the dyno. Oh, man, what a disaster.
Well, he's circulating. I just saw him out there.
Okay. It must not have been as big of a hit then. And there we have one of the teams in the pits. Looks like it might be one of the BMWs. Looks like they're going to throw the black flag for the 679 and bring them in. Is that because of the contact there, Bill?
Yeah, they took a right turn when they should have been taking a left, and when they took that right turn, they knocked the Miata off into the wall.
Yeah.
So we're waiting to talk to the driver. Once we talk to the driver, a penalty will be assessed.
Okay, thanks for that, Bill. So still circulating the track under yellow as we work to get the tire wall reconstructed. They need to do that when there is some sort of destruction or some kind of damage, something done to the tire wall. In this case, the tires are just pushed. They have to fix that for safety reasons before they can go back to green.
Right, they got to make sure that it's good in case it gets used again. Right, it's got to be the same.
Right. Right. And if somebody went off there, there's always, possibility somebody else could go off there. And that's why it's there.
They need the tires ready to catch the next person, right?
Right. So on board with Happy Moose, and they're leading the race. Of course, they've only had about a lap of green racing, but
yeah,
they did get themselves out front.
Hey, well, that'll make you happy.
Yeah. That'll make your moose happy.
Is that a euphemism?
I don't have any idea. I just made it one. So.
Okay, that's good. That works for me.
Yeah, kind of
your special talent.
I could see a happy moose, kind of a smile. And
I got some other news.
What's up,
Paul?
Bill? Yes.
Yesterday, under the testing conditions, Tuttle's cars were found to be extremely loud, like over the limit here at the track. So he had to go out and buy some more mufflers. And what he ended up doing is making Laguna Seca mufflers. If you guys kind of know, I'll see a picture of them here in a couple minutes, Paulie. They're sticking way out the back, up against the bumpers. It's pretty.
Okay.
Hey, Paulie, do you have my camera? Is it working?
I don't have anything on that. I guess I'll need to find it.
Yeah, it's over on YouTube, or it should be. I was just curious more than anything else. I couldn't get the Wi-Fi to run on the GoPro, so I couldn't check my camera.
All right, I'll take a look.
Are you doing time and scoring?
So we're working on getting this wall taken care of, folks. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety while significantly reducing braking system costs. Our proprietary 60-hour cryogenic process permanently and dramatically improves the usage life and stability of brake rotors, creating a distinct advantage in tensile strength, abrasive wear resistance, and rotor longevity. Frozen rotors. It's the cost-saving solution for better braking performance. Welcome back to the amped up duels at Atlanta Motorsports Park. Paul Veltum along with Doc Waldrop and Tiffany Alexander and Bill Strong bringing you the live race action. We're in the desert race. Oh, no, we're not. We're okay. We're actually back on the asphalt. No, we're back in the desert.
Oh, my goodness.
What desert?
That camera's working perfectly.
Oh, technology.
Oh, that desert.
So had quite a bit of rain yesterday, Doc. What was going on? Did it rain all day out there?
Not really hard. It was, it was not even steady for that matter. There goes a mean green car back out after serving his penalty, I would imagine. It wasn't bad, Paulie. I mean, I was wearing a windbreaker and didn't get soaked or anything, so my feet got a little wet. But it was just a heavy drizzle. You know, it's just kind of spitting rain.
But we should anticipate, like, off the course, the grass is going to be quite wet, muddy.
Oh, yeah. You're going to slide a ways if you hit grass.
Okay.
We got to go through that again. So you were out there turning laps out there yesterday in the wet. That must have brought back some fond memories from last year.
No, it did not, Paulie.
What was it like?
You would be incorrect. Last year was just miserable. We actually ended up taking the rear window out of our car yesterday because there was so much condensation on it. We put it back in last night and then put a fan in our car. And as long as you keep the air circulating, the condensation can't form. So grip was better than I expected. But again, the track wasn't like sopping wet. You know, it was just damp. So I scared myself coming up in 12 one time. Car got a little sideways on me, and it's like, all right, I'm pushing it too much. I just got refamiliarized with the track, hardly touching the brakes at all, just trying to keep momentum up. So it was in great shape. We were passing cars even.
Well, that's great. Sound like Owen Wilson. That's great. Wow, that's great.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
I'm glad you guys were out there. I'm glad you guys were out there running and having a good time. That's good.
Yeah, car was running great. So Mike, in fact, one of the mechanics at Flying Wrench that's also a driver for us, said, "Oh, it's awesome." So cool. We had the car in there last week. Just, nut and bolt check, changed all the fluids, the diff, the transmission, the engine. Looked at, we got a brand new set of PFC 08s in there for brake pads. Guys did a nut and bolt check. Everything checked out great.
Nice.
I was out there. The car was stout.
What's that, guys? What'd you say there, Doc?
I said the car felt really stout to me. So, yeah, I'm showing our cameras up broadcasting.
Yeah, it looks good.
That's Matt Harper out in the car right now. He is the owner of Flying Wrench, our primary sponsor. I want to give a great shout out to him. They do a phenomenal job with the car, much better than I could ever do.
All right, let's see if I got this right. You got to check my spelling here, boss.
Who, me?
Yeah. Did I spell that right?
It's just now showing up on my screen. That is correct, sir.
Okay. I got to make sure.
Don't you have a picture of the car? How come I don't get an upper right?
Did we ever take a picture of that car?
Well, I have several.
I'm still putting it together here, Doc.
You want me to send you a picture?
You probably think I snap my fingers and this just pops into being.
No,
it's not like
sorry, you work harder than anybody.
Oh, deflect and what's that saying you get that you always go through about delusions and
lies, slander, delusions, and half-truths.
That's it.
That's a Tennessee Williams classic, you know.
So how thick were the BMWs down there in pit lane, in pit row, Doc?
You couldn't swing a dead cat without hitting a BMW.
Why did I know you were going to say that?
Because you set me up for it.
Teed up, ready to go. All right, so we got, I guess, the transponder in the 107 wasn't pinging. That's one of the Tuttle machines. They got that taken care of.
Yeah, and the way timing and scoring works is once they see you don't pinging, they'll credit you your laps back. You know they haven't gone a lap down or anything, so.
Looks like we got 20 minutes it's going to take to fix that wall. So he must have really gotten into it.
He must have clouded it, yep.
Wow.
Trying to find a good picture to send you, Paulie.
Well, I'm just glad that, well, I was just thinking, you know, I'm hoping that the car's not damaged too badly.
Yeah, that would be a real drag.
To crash out of the race on the first lap. What's that car number, Doc?
What car number?
For Brew Crew Racing.
860.
860 is Kenny. Just going through my list here. There we go. There's a fine looking race car if I ever saw one.
Oh yeah, that's a good picture.
So you've done some work to this car. In fact, most of the work you've done was because of the hit that you had here last year. And,
yeah, there was that.
And I don't know, should we bring that up again or should we just not talk about that?
No, that's okay. We made a mistake. We got distracted because we hooked up those popular front windshield defoggers, and in our haste to put it in, we accidentally wired it in with our radio. Well, when we turned it on, it blew the radio. So Sunday morning, we were busy trying to get that radio back, and basically, we neglected to check our tire temperatures or tire pressures.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so Jason lost it at the top carousel. And I didn't really hit the wall that hard, but it was hard enough. Michael Bull's team was kind enough to lend us their pickup truck to do a quick frame adjustment, if you know what I mean. We yanked it back in, set the toe back, and finished out the day okay. We had a decent finish here, considering. But yeah, I came back. I had made a fuel run, and I came back and saw the car with the front end crumpled, and I was like, oh. But, you know, we had some spare body panels. So the next race, it was looking back pretty good. No real big damage. Some friends of ours helped us straighten the frame on a frame machine. But the pickup truck thing worked pretty well.
Man, I hope I never have to be a part of that. That's Oh well, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have a car, so but that's always bad.
We'll get you back out there.
That's always bad.
Some ingenuity going on there.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you can do a lot of damage with a come along in a pickup truck.
Oh, this is pit in, is what this is. Okay, I don't know why I was thinking this was on the way out. So we've got some cars already coming into the pits here. They've had, 3 stressful laps under caution.
Well, I mean, a pace lap here, because the course is so tight, it takes a little while to get out of here. Of course, it's not a long track like Road America, but, cars tend to get bunched up, and then they come to a stop sometimes, and then it takes them a little bit to get started again. So, I mean, if you're just coming into pit, to talk to your crew, if you're at the back of the field, why not? Make sure the car's set up right, Maybe you want to check tire pressures.
You want some
something
coffee?
along those lines.
Maybe you want some coffee.
Yeah. You can get a quick grab, update your Facebook status.
Grab a donut.
Grab a donut. Yeah.
There's always that.
Yeah. And we got
faster with donuts.
the Chandler School kids are right outside of the broadcast booth, and they're waving to their car.
Oh, how precious.
We got
That's
2
a
cars
great
out here
group.
this weekend now, too.
So the at the drivers' meeting, Chandler School spoke a little bit for a few minutes, and of course, the car is driven by the teachers of the school, and the kids do the pit stops. Now, because they're young kids, they are not allowed to go over the pit wall. So we allowed them to pit their car back in the paddock. Now, they still have to have all their gear on, their visors down, a fire extinguisher guy, but we allowed them to pit back in the paddock.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, we normally don't do that, but I mean, since it's such a great school, they sponsor our sportsmanship award, and like I said, they're just like being on pit row. They've got the fire extinguisher, like I said, the catch can, the visors are all down and stuff. So I don't think it's that big a deal. I think everybody loves to see these kids working on the car and maintaining the car and doing the pit stops.
Sure.
It's a great program.
I think it's great.
The Pistol Star, that Boxster is out here. It looked like he was waving a couple of guys by on the front straight.
Got a report coming over from our YouTube channel, which you can watch over at ChampCar.live. That, let's see, like the incident on the Miata's right front is towed out about 45 degrees. They'll have some work to do.
That's a lot of
is the
degrees.
report. That's a lot of degrees. That sure is.
Considering 90 would be a perfect right angle.
Yeah, that's right. If this was an oval, they might be set up really good.
Yeah. Well, wait. They run those counterclockwise. That ain't going to work.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Well, that's why I'm not a crew chief.
Drew Knapp is out here, by the way. He works for a popular NASCAR team. He is in the biohazard car this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Drew Knapp, of course, is doing this series along with Bill Strong on car preparation.
Right.
I think they've done about 6 episodes now.
Yeah, we've got 6 episodes already in the can, as they say in the industry.
Oh, I like that.
It's available for your viewing pleasure on demand on our YouTube channel, ChampCar.live. You can also stay on top of it from our Champ Car Garage Facebook page. So we've got 6 series. The first one is Shocks and Struts. From there it goes on to Suspension Geometry, Wheels and Tires, Hubs, Bushings, and Bearings, Suspension Bars and Springs, and Steering and Alignment. And there's more to come in that series, so yeah, stay tuned for that. If you haven't seen those videos, be sure and check them out. There's a lot of really great information there. So just getting started, if you're just signing in with us, welcome to the broadcast. We're at Atlanta Motorsports Park for live coverage of the Amped Up Duels at AMP. It is the Champ Car Endurance Series presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. Paul Velton, Bill Strong, Doc Waldrop, and Tiffany Alexander calling the action this weekend for an 8 and a 7-hour endurance race at Atlanta Motorsports Park, or AMP as we like to call it, designed by Formula One architect Herman Tilke in the North Georgia mountains in Dawsonville, Georgia.
Yeah, it's beautiful out here. Not the sunny skies we wanted. The trees are just starting to turn, but it's a beautiful track out here. You see what's typical of the Smoky Mountains, because this is the start of the Smoky Mountains. The mist is rising from the valleys and stuff. It just makes it really picturesque.
And we've got a report from the tower from Bill that we've got a car that is stalled on the track going up the hill to turn 12.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I can't see that. I picked the cars up, in my viewpoint, right after they exit one. I can see the top carousel. If there weren't people standing in front of me, I could see turn 6.
Tell those people to sit down.
Well, the seats are kind of wet, Paulie.
Don't they know who you are?
No, they don't. Frankly, I haven't seen my agent this morning. I'm a little upset. He's not brought me coffee. I don't know what's up with the guy.
I'd walk off. I'd just walk out.
Well, no. Then I'd leave you and Tiffany alone. I can't do that.
I know you wouldn't do that. I would though. but you're great. You're a great guy. Thanks for taking time out of your busy weekend to come up here and help us out on the broadcast and talk. It isn't the same without you, brother.
Well, I mean, I'd be a fool not to join the broadcast. I'm in a nice office here. It's warm. I don't have to do any real work other than talk. And if you know me, that's no work at all for me. So, no, I miss pit race bad. But we got me as the FNG last week when we were at Road America. So it was good to be back.
It's great to have you back, man.
I can't believe you had me back. I mean, you know me, right?
Well, we had to have you back for sure. We got to have somebody else to keep Bill in line.
Oh, that's a full-time job right there. Now, I got to thank Bill a lot. Bill was kind enough. He had an extra bed in the Casa de Champ car up in Big Canoe, Georgia. It's a beautiful house, and it sure beat sleeping in my trailer the last couple of nights. And I'm not going to talk about the pool game that I beat Bill at, but oh, wait, did I just say that out loud? It was tight. He had me worried because I'd never hear the end of it if Bill beat me.
Nope.
So just waiting for the cars to come back around here. Looks like that camera might be a bit sticky.
Okay, so that's on the outside. Well, it's the inside of the car. Looking at 16 right there. So I've got the Facebook feed down. No.
Yeah, it looks like it recovered. So
yeah, which is more than I did. We had a good time Thursday night.
Were there a lot of cars practicing yesterday?
There were about 30 cars out there. Mostly, had a couple of cars out there in the rain. Most of us waited, it was kind of spotty rain, so most of us waited till it cleared up a little bit and got out there. But it was a very courteous session. There were point buys everywhere where you wanted them. And most people would go out 20 laps or so and come in. I don't know that AMP is pretty easy on fuel. So, and certainly with this long yellow, so it's pretty easy on fuel. So there's no real big reason to do a fuel run test of 2 hours or anything. So I think most people, we'd like to thank Racing Analytics and Discovery Parts for hosting that. They fed us a great lunch too. So there goes a rollback down the front straightaway. And as I say, the front straightaway is really only in name only. Once you get to the flag stand, you're starting to heavy brake for turn 1. So, and it seems like you just exited the kink leading onto the front straight. So you're really busy here.
And the pace car is winning the race, according to Bill. So that's good to hear.
Yeah, Jackie's turning in some great laps.
So wait a minute. It's Happy Moose that got towed in.
Oh, no.
That's the car that stalled, Doc.
That was our leader.
That was the car that stalled on track going up the hill.
Oh, it's going to be frustrated.
I just realized that. Now I'm looking at that. That's a heck of a pace car.
Yeah.
And now he's in the pits talking. I'm like, wait a minute. He's on a rope.
Dang.
Well, that puts Legacy into the lead with Momo Champ in second, according to what I'm looking at. I really like the Momo Champ car. That's a great group of guys, great team. Like I said, they're constantly out kicking their coverage in that car. So the pace car is just now passing the rollback. Oh, he's just out of my sight. I've got Momo Champ in third with the 2 Legacy cars leading the race, it looks like. So yeah, there's a hedge between me. I can see the rollback. So where he is stopped at is right at the exit of 6. And that part of the track is dropped lower than the front straight. And all the guardrails here are covered by nice hedges. So there's, more or less something to cushion the blow, as it were, should you find a guardrail here. And in the spring, it's gorgeous here. The flowers, these hedges are all blooming and stuff. So it's really a beautiful track. It's not Barber, but it ain't bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's beautiful. I've got some great pictures out there where a photographer was out there in the leaves.
Sorry, guys.
No problem. Are you expecting to see the sun come out at all today?
We may.
That'd be nice.
I don't know. It's pretty leaden right now, as it were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty heavy overcast. I haven't looked at radar or anything yet, but when we looked at it last night, there was a 40% chance of rain. There's some dark clouds over to my left, which is towards the big carousel here, turn 14 and 15. They look a little ominous, but I haven't seen any rain on course yet, so.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Report that the 501 car, the wipers are still working. I guess they must be using wipers out there. And,
I can see that. There's no real rooster tails that I see coming off the cars. Of course, they're at reduced speed right now. But yeah, I used the windshield wipers yesterday because in my car anyway, you don't really get fast enough to shed the water with wind pressure alone.
Okay.
I don't see any cars using their windshield wipers, and everybody looks pretty clean out there. I can see through to the drivers, so it's not raining on course by any means. I would imagine, there might be some, just droplets, from rooster tails. But again, there's not very many rooster tails, so.
2 more updates from the tower. This just in. About 8 minutes left to fix the tire wall, and the pace car has been approved to exceed the 2-hour window. So their stint length has been extended for the pace car.
Well, if we're 8 minutes, I'm going to take a real quick break and go visit the facilities.
All right, so we're at the top of the hour. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us, everybody. Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety while significantly reducing braking system costs. Our proprietary 60-hour cryogenic process permanently and dramatically improves the usage life and stability of brake rotors, creating a distinct advantage in tensile strength, abrasive wear resistance, and rotor longevity. Frozen Rotors. It's the cost-saving solution for better braking performance.
Our market-leading product is a Novec based. It's a 3M Novec fire suppressant. And what really makes us special is the delivery system. This new 8865 3620 system puts that Novec, two separate systems, puts Novec in the cockpit, Novec in the engine bay in less than a second, immediately engulfing the area with a fire extinguishant. So by flooding the area that quickly, we're able to actually put out fires, save equipment, save our drivers. Obviously, that's the most important part.
Discovery Parts is a veteran-owned racing and safety equipment company located inside Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia. We take pride in being a reseller of the best of the industry to Champ Car teams and drivers. We know racing, love racing, and look forward to tomorrow to even more racing. Visit us at discoveryparts.com.
Variety of designs for anyone who gets hot.
Cool Shirt, the worldwide leader in personal cooling systems. Race your phone and become a winner.
Champ Car Endurance Series is sponsored by RVA Graphics and Wraps, a custom graphics shop that specializes in the design and production of the best quality made-to-order vehicle graphics. And by Lifeline. Lifeline uses the latest technology in motorsport fire suppression and extinguishing and is the leader of in-car fire safety systems using Novec and FFF foam. And Willwood Disc Brakes. Willwood Engineering is a global leader and manufacturer of high-performance, original equipment disc brake solutions. And Cool Shirt Systems. Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems, vests, and garments offer comfort, safety, mobility, and durability when performance matters. And Maxxis Tires. Maxxis Tires International is committed to delivering high-performance, affordable tires to the world. And Frozen Rotors. Premium cryogenically treated brake pads and brake rotors by Diversified Cryogenics. And OMP Sport, one of the world's leading manufacturers of safety equipment and tuning accessories. And by Racing Radios, the leader in racing communications worldwide, providing quality and affordable communication systems for racers and fans alike. And DiscoveryParts.com, offering the best in auto safety racing apparel. So coming up next for the Champ Car Endurance Series, it's the Willwood Grand Prix at Auto Club Speedway for a double 7, November 17th and 18th. And then it's off to Virginia International Raceway for an 8+7, December 1st and 2nd. To find out more, go to www.champcar.org. Welcome back, everyone. Champ Car Live coverage of the amped-up duels at Atlanta Motorsports Park. We are back to green. It's the Champ Car Endurance Series presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. Paul Velton, Bill Strong, Doc Waldrop, and Tiffany Alexander calling the action this weekend for an 8 and a 7-hour endurance race here at Atlanta Motorsports Park, or AMP as we like to call it. And Doc, are you back with us?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay.
We are back to green flag racing. I stopped briefly and talked to Randy Popes, the Happy Moose Racing, that Volvo 740, and he said they have some electrical gremlins. So perhaps that's because of the moisture out here. Maybe yesterday they started fine. He says they think they have a short somewhere.
Oh, that's disappointing.
So as soon as they got done fixing turn 15, we were just coming off of a full course caution. Looks like another competitor backed into the wall there and continued on, no damage, and that was the RPM team. So I guess it's a good thing they did put that wall back together.
Right. They may need it a few times today.
Yeah, so if you're just joining us, we're just getting started again. We had maybe a full lap before we had to go full course caution, give them time to get that fixed. They got it corrected. And we're back to racing now. Really didn't get a chance to do much. I mean, you know, you really need a few laps to kind of get into your groove and feel like, you know, you've got yourself up to speed. We're on board with Brew Crew Racing right now. Thanks for getting your camera situated in that car, Doc. We appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
Got some in-car action here.
Yeah, it looks like I need to clean that lens off maybe.
I think it's just the cellular service out here is pretty thin,
as well.
So we just don't get much coverage out here. But great to see we have an in-car camera.
Yeah, we've given up some positions on this restart.
Yeah, Legacy Autosports now in the lead. Tuttle Motorsports, the 107 Mitsubishi in second. Justin's Angels in third. Momo Champ in fourth. Full Throttle in fifth. Kelly Brothers Racing is in sixth. Apex Predators in seventh. McKibben's Biohazard Racing in eighth. Amped Up in ninth. And Leviathan Motorsports is in 10th spot. So it was Randy Popst in early this morning. Well, it's still early this morning, but in just a few moments ago, the car stalled. Looks like going into 11. It was leading the race, but they've run into some electrical issues, so they're looking at that. Hopefully, we'll be able to get that old Volvo back out there on the racetrack. So it's 8 hours of racing today, 7 tomorrow. And then from there, we go to we go to Fontana, California for Auto Club Speedway. That's November 17th and 18th.
Yep, that'll be on the Roval out there.
The full sports car course. That'll be fun. I don't think we've ever broadcast a race from out there, so that'll be fun covering that race.
Well, looking here at the front straight, that McKibben's Biohazard car was flying past here down into turn one, into that heavy braking zone. He is really moving out there.
Pistol Star Racing so far, fastest car on the track, turning in that 145.0, but that's gonna fall quick. Yeah, you know, the Legacy Autosports, the leader right now on their A-Class car, and that Mazda Miata also turned to 145.9. And, of course, we don't want to forget that Hot Rod Lincoln. We've got to keep an eye on those guys.
Yeah, I haven't seen that car out there.
Here's a look at turn 16 heading out onto the front straightaway. And then from another camera angle, turns 1 through 6, or 1 and 6. That's at the top of the hill there. So the cars head down into turn 1. And it actually does drop off like that. It's a dramatic drop off. Turn left, head up the hill.
I tell you, another car that's really moving out there is that Mean Green Racing Machine.
Yeah, I was noticing on their Facebook page that they, of course, that was the car that was involved in that shunt early on this morning, but that was the car that they had just replaced an engine on. They had it on a dyno. And then that was the one that they wrecked it out there in the country just doing some test driving with it.
Yeah.
Did a tremendous amount of damage to the car.
Pete exited his driveway, ran it up to about third gear, and hit the brakes, and pedal went to the floor. And the cars summarily went through Pete's neighbor's yard.
Oops. I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, you got to hate that.
My neighbors usually hate it too.
I bet. I'll try and stay off your neighbor's yard when I'm out there in December, Tiffany.
Okay. Well, you know, we got a bigger yard now, so it takes me a little longer to get to the neighbor now.
Oh, so you can get up more speed.
Exactly. I was taking the golf cart down the driveway, and I was like, man, if we straighten this driveway out a little bit more, I could really... My golf cart's chipped. So I'm like, I could really get going.
Your golf cart is chipped?
It is. It's
awesome. Man. That's great.
Kids and their toys.
Right? Just want my toy faster than somebody else's toy.
Yeah, it's an 8-hour race today, so a little over 7 hours remaining. We're just getting started out here at Atlanta Motorsports Park. It's the Amped Up Duels at Atlanta Motorsports Park, as we're calling it. The Champ Car Endurance Series, presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. Legacy Autosport out about 11 seconds over the Tuttle Motorsports car near Mitsubishi. Justin's Angels in third, about 4 seconds up. The forecast today, high of 58, low of 44, and cloudy. So it looks like we're going to avoid the rain this weekend, which is great news. Especially after last year, which was just miserable conditions.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a message from the tower. The blue Boxster is over on sound. That's the suspicion. So they're waiting to get the cars separated a little bit to verify that.
Yeah, they have a very strict sound policy here. I think it's like 98 decibels.
12, 98.
12, yeah.
12 or 98.
Yeah, that caught Cone Crushers here last year several times.
Several times. And after a small incident that hit their exhaust pipe, that made it worse. And so that really caused them a lot of problems last year, yeah. And then when it's cooler and now some of the leaves are falling and stuff, that sound's going to travel even more. So get more trouble quicker.
Right. Yeah, someone's saying that our title on our YouTube channel says Road America, but I changed it, so I'm not sure. Let me see if it still says that. It shouldn't. It should be saying Atlanta Motorsports Park. Now I can't see it.
Hey, Doc.
Yes, ma'am.
Who's your pick? Like one pick.
Let me look over my list here.
And it's the Biohazard MR2, the car that won out here last year, is moving up with Troy Trulio at the wheel.
Yeah, up to fourth now. Oh, wow. They've climbed 41 positions.
And the leader has caught the tail end of the field already, so beginning to put laps on the field is the Legacy Autosports Mazda Miata.
Tiffany, this is a tough one.
I know, right?
I'm gonna go say, God, this is tough. I'm gonna have to call Visceral.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think. Boy, if Troy's car keeps running, he's visibly fast out there.
Right.
I'd have to call that car, but he's, Amp hasn't been too kind for him except for last year.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm going to go with Visceral today.
Okay. I got to back my boy Roger, so I'm gonna hope.
I looked at Danger Racing Group too.
Okay, Polly.
We know, of course, the 300, the LS 300 does well here. Y'all won your husband's team last year.
Yeah.
Oh man, we've got a car a lot of brake smoke in 5. I mean, I thought he would blow it up, but looks like it's just tire smoke. That is the 484 car.
484. Tow racing? Tow
Racing, yeah.
Wow.
It's probably some sort of Zen thing that I don't understand.
I was like, I sound like Cajun when I try to say that. Or like I hadn't had enough coffee. Either way.
Yeah, I don't have any coffee. Like I said, I haven't seen my agent.
I believe this is the Mean Green team that we're on board with right now. In that VTEC Honda. Looks like they're right behind Troy Trulio's MR2 and actually putting a lot of pressure under him, actually. That VTEC engine.
Pete said that car is stout.
Winding it out hard. You got some good traffic. This is good racing right here, folks. Look at this.
Yeah, it gets pretty busy out there.
They got the fun meter up to 11. This is great. I don't know where's Visceral Racing Group? I'm trying to pick my winner. And are they turning laps at all?
Oh yeah, absolutely they're turning laps.
I look for them to climb up the field here too, but I
picked them, Paulie.
Well, I got a good feeling about Biohazard this weekend.
Visceral's at 14th right now. Okay.
That Porsche Boxster's gaining on Troy. Couldn't quite get it done in 6. But no, I don't see Mean Green near Troy.
Well, Tao Racing is being black flagged for. It looks like they've got a lot of oil smoke. So.
Okay, well maybe that's what I saw. I just see it in one corner though.
Yeah, this feed is coming from Pete Gazzer's webpage, from his Facebook page. So I'm pretty sure that's what this is. So
Bill said his money's on Bio, so I'm putting it down.
Well, that's because it's an MR2.
Right. Yeah. I mean, didn't really have to ask. I could have.
Yeah, exactly.
Happy Moose still behind the walls. They're looking at that car, trying to find what's ailing it.
Yeah, electrical gremlins are so hard to sort out, especially if it's a ground problem.
Well, it's one of the challenges that these older cars trying to keep them going. You've got these issues with grounds that come loose, and it's like you said, Doc. It's so tricky. It can send you down the wrong path. You're thinking it's one thing because of the way the car is responding, and it's actually a ground issue in another hardly related circuit of the car.
Right. Is it your coil? Is it your distributor? Is it the fuel injection? Maybe your high-speed pump, the fuel pump has gone bad. So it's just tough to say unless we've had a lot of people have problems with their kill switches lately.
Yep.
Jeff over on our Facebook feed. His pick is the winner is the team with the most laps at the end.
Yeah, that's really going out on a limb there, Jeff.
Right.
Don't strain yourself there, buddy.
The track is great, and it's I'm starting to see some lighter gray in places from my vantage point. And you know, a lot of times when the track is just a little damp, you get a little bit extra grip.
Yeah, keeps the tires a little cooler.
And again, I think Randy mentioned that really the rain line here is about the racing line. You know, some tracks you have to alter your line because of standing water, that sort of thing. But not here. The turns aren't what I'd call banked or anything, but certainly the standing water is not anywhere near the racing line, say in turn 6.
Okay.
And that sort of thing.
Rains well.
Yeah, it's graded very well.
That Boxster is up in 3rd place after it just passed Bio.
Well, and if I'm correct, that is an EC machine, right?
It's got it on as C class on here.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Pistol Star has moved up to 3rd and Mean Green in 7th with the fastest lap time of the day so far.
Whoa, we got cars really slowed down on the front straight. So it looks like there's a yellow. Turn 1's tricky. It's downhill. It's a little bit off camber. So I think we've had an incident down in turn 1. The cars are just crawling by at basically pit road speed. I don't know if the safety car is out. I have not seen it.
Looks like there's a big crash between the Porsche and Biohazard.
Oh, no.
That'd probably be the Pistol Star, right? Because they just passed one another.
So a big crash reported coming from Bill in the tower. The
Let me see
Bio
if I
and
can
the
get out
Porsche
and get eyes on it. That's not too far from me.
have gotten into a big accident out there on track.
Oh.
Whoa, what was that? Whew. Sorry about that, folks. Don't know where that came from. Okay, thanks, Toto. I appreciate that. It's hard to fix this stuff sometimes, so thanks for letting me know it's fixed. So we're full course caution here. And somehow I got... and we'll get this corrected. And if you're just joining us, we're out here at Atlanta Motorsports Park for the Amped Up Duels, the Champ Car Endurance Series presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. Looks like their camera's coming loose inside there. Not too many in-car cameras work at this racetrack. It's just the nature of the signal that's out there. But we've got some great
okay,
track
Ollie.
cameras. Just
he's out of the car.
Can you hear
just
me?
a moment. Yeah, Doc, hang on just a moment. Bill, hang on just a moment. Stand by. Okay, Bill, go ahead.
Yeah, so we got a driver out of the Porsche. He looks like he actually lost it going into 15 or out of 15. Ended up hitting Troy, and Troy, they both hit the wall on the driver's right on the front straightaway. The Porsche continued on spinning and out of control into the turn 1 sand trap. Trulio ended up onto the left, driver's left, into the wall on the front straightaway right before turn 1. So yeah, so there's 987 Porsche that was in second place.
Okay.
So
Have we seen any reports from the driver of the bio car? Is Troy out of the car?
No, there was an ambulance down going to him. The car doesn't look that torn up, so I don't think he hit very hard. I'm sure it was a one of those.
that car, but the car parts all along the front straightaway here. So a lot of Porsche parts.
And those are expensive.
Come out, and you're going to put your two drivers in car one in the stand. Okay, 9:31 in pit lane. So going to be working on the car. Yeah, we got a lot of car parts strung along the pit lane here. But Troy's got damage on the front of his car. It looks like the splitter and the hood are up in the air a little bit. The Porsche hit really hard. It was a huge explosion along the front straightaway here, which tells us, and we've had experience here with the with cars getting too wide into 15, and it looks like we have. I'm just looking at 15. It looks like he may have actually got off there because there's a lot of dirt thrown off into the sand at 15, and where you get wide, and then he tries to correct, and he just basically comes back into the line of traffic, and that's probably what happened. Troy was coming down the front straightaway here and collected him, not of his choice.
Oh, that's terrible.
And we were just talking about that as we opened the show, how tricky it is coming out of 16.
Yeah, it's a big hit too. It was Porsche hit hard.
Yeah, that is the fastest portion of this course by far. We've got Jackie out in the pace car.
Yeah, him and Troy were fighting back and forth there, playing for the second place position, and there's just no way to slow down.
Yeah, you come out of that 16, Tiffany, and the tendency is you end up at track left, but then you've got to get back over to the right to line up for T1. And so you're crisscrossing the track every time you come out of there. And the car is
hard against each other.
Well, and the car gets kind of light there too, Tiffany, at the top of the hill, and it gets a little unsettled. So you're trying to hang on to the car and go to the right then.
Yep.
It's just a sketchy situation. If you're in a tight battle like that, boy, it's just a shame.
Okay, I just saw the video. The Porsche got off into the blue, just off the rumble strip there, got the tail a little sideways, and his car slowed in a huge way. Came across, hit the wall. Troy tried to go on the outside of him. The Porsche bounced back out and collected Troy.
Oh. That's really disappointing for both of those cars. They were doing really well. I mean, you're just so on the edge going through there. If you make just the littlest mistake, it can really, obviously, as we're seeing, cost.
Yeah. So we've reached the bottom of the hour. We've got some cleanup to do on course to go back to racing. So stay with us after this quick break. We'll be right back. Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety while significantly reducing braking system costs. Our proprietary 60-hour cryogenic process permanently and dramatically improves the usage life and stability of brake rotors, creating a distinct advantage in tensile strength, abrasive wear resistance, and rotor longevity. Frozen rotors. It's the cost-saving solution for better braking performance.
Our market-leading product is a Novec based. It's a 3M Novec fire suppressant. And what really makes us special is the delivery system. This new 8865 3620 system puts that Novec, two separate systems, puts Novec in the cockpit, Novec in the engine bay in less than a second, immediately engulfing the area with a fire extinguishant. So by flooding the area that quickly, we're able to actually put out fires, save equipment, save our drivers. Obviously, that's the most important part.
Discovery Parts is a veteran-owned racing and safety equipment company located inside Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia. We take pride in being a reseller of the best of the industry to Champ Car teams and drivers. We know racing, love racing, and look forward to tomorrow to even more racing. Visit us at discoveryparts.com.
You know somebody that gets hot?
Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems are designed to keep you cool and safe in hot environments. The football shirt is worn under the shoulder pads for total player comfort. For race car drivers, Cool Shirts offers a driving cooling system for virtually every racing application. The multi-person cooling system is designed to meet the demands of the firefighter in rehab. Cool Shirts offers a variety of designs for anyone who gets hot.
Cool Shirt, the worldwide leader in personal cooling systems. Race your phone and become a winner.
Champ Car Endurance Series is sponsored by RVA Graphics and Wraps, a custom graphics shop that specializes in the design and production of the best quality made-to-order vehicle graphics. And by Lifeline. Lifeline uses the latest technology in motorsport fire suppression and extinguishing and is the leader of in-car fire safety systems using Novec and Triple F foam. And Willwood Disc Brakes. Willwood Engineering is a global leader and manufacturer of high-performance, original equipment disc brake solutions. And Cool Shirt Systems. Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems, vests, and garments offer comfort, safety, mobility, and durability when performance matters. And Maxxis Tires. Maxxis Tires International is committed to delivering high-performance, affordable tires to the world. And Frozen Rotors. Premium cryogenically treated brake pads and brake rotors by Diversified Cryogenics. And OMP Sport, one of the world's leading manufacturers of safety equipment and tuning accessories. And by Racing Radios, the leader in racing communications worldwide, providing quality and affordable communication systems for racers and fans alike. And DiscoveryParts.com, offering the best in auto safety racing apparel. So coming up next for the Champ Car Endurance Series, it's the Willwood Grand Prix at Auto Club Speedway for a double 7, November 17th and 18th. And then it's off to Virginia International Raceway for an 8+7, December 1st and 2nd. To find out more, go to www.champcar.org. Welcome back, everyone.
Spoke to, and I guess we'll tell for a
Sorry,
while.
we got some...
Mike is the event guy here, so he's the boss. So when he's done with this incident, then talk to him. If you could come back in a couple of minutes or stand up to the side because we got a big wreck shoot. Let them deal with that, let them get the race restarted, and then you can talk to Michael. Okay. Thank you.
Bill, can you hear me? Okay, sorry folks, we got some background noise coming in there from something. I'm trying to figure it out. The fun live broadcasting.
Technology, right? Great when it works. He's just trying to steal the show.
All right.
I don't know. I can hear Bill, but I'm not sure if it's live or not. Bill, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. What's up?
Were you talking?
Yeah, I'm going down to see Troy.
Okay.
So
if you can mute your microphone, I'm not sure how you're getting into the broadcast, but somehow it's getting the background.
I actually left it on. I'm really sorry. I'm turning it off.
He left it
Okay.
on.
No. Okay. See if I got Doc. Are you still with us?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Not sure.
You can't get rid of me that easy.
Oh, I see now. Okay, I found the malfunction. Got it. All right, guys. So right now it's Legacy Autosports leading in their A-Class car. Total Motorsports in the 107 car, in the C-Class car. Up to 2. Justin's Angels in 3rd. Kelly Brothers in 4th. Sparrow Speed in 5th. Visceral Racing Group is up to 6th. I'm telling you, Doc, I got a good feeling about Visceral this weekend.
I'm telling you.
Leviathan in 7th. Full Throttle in 8th. Momo Champ in 9th. And Faux Show Moco. Yeah, I got it right. The 91 Taurus in 10th.
I mean, Visceral's known to start in the back and then just slowly work their way up and then be right there in the top at the end.
Looks like the Mean Green machine is stalled out exiting turn 1, approaching turn 2. They got a safety vehicle up to him. That car was running great.
Yeah, it really was. And so was Troy's car. It's like they both started out real strong. And then,
all the pistol start, too.
Yeah.
Me and Bill no more called them out than
It's the broadcast kiss of death.
I'm going to have to watch what I say. Oh, well.
So we're on board with Brew Crew Racing right now. Where's that Brew Crew team at right now in the standings?
We've dropped a lot of positions. Last time I checked, we were down in 21st.
Okay, looks like you're in 28 right now, but that's overall behind one of the Chandler School EC cars.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, if we've got a problem with the car or not.
I don't know. Now, the fellow that's in the car there, who's that?
That is Matt Harper. He is the owner of Flying Wrench.
Okay. So an experienced driver. Now, is he familiar with this racetrack?
Not really. He's done a couple of days out here, but he's not real comfortable here. He's more comfortable at the faster tracks like Road Atlanta.
Okay.
So, yeah, he started out great, moved up in traffic, but then we've slowly been dropping back. I don't see the car dropping off in power or anything, so I really don't know what's going on with us.
Yep, so we're full course caution right now. A big accident going down into turn 1 between the Porsche Boxster and the Biohazard McKibben's Biohazard Racing MR2, the Porsche Boxster of Pistol Star Racing. Those two machines got together on the front straightaway, which is always disastrous because of the speed and the amount of room they have. There's just nowhere to go to the right. So bad things happened.
Eileen was asking on our Facebook page which car were involved in the accident, and that's the 381 McKibben's Biohazard MR2 and the number 55. That is the Pistol Star Porsche Boxster.
Did they change the car number, did they? Okay.
Oh, maybe I got the wrong car number. Hang on.
Okay. Well, I got 987. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I saw too.
Let me check the notes here. Came back.
Yeah, 987. I don't know where I got 55.
So yeah, that's the story that we've got right now, folks.
And it looked like they were having a really good race with one another, racing really clean and just racing really hard with one another prior to that, just little accident. I mean, you know.
Yeah, we talked about at the opening of the show just how tricky coming out of 16 is.
I know how I got car number 55. For some reason, it printed out the lines on Excel. So he's line 57. It is car number 987.
Silly boy.
Well, I was in a hurry. I was rushed. I don't do well when I'm rushed.
Yeah. Polly sent me the roster so awesomely of him, and then my printer wouldn't work, so I just ended up writing them all the way down.
Ouch.
So the team was talking to Troy on the radio, and Troy is extremely upset. Pissed really isn't the word for it. He said the car's totaled, but he hasn't got out of the car yet, and it wasn't steaming or smoking or anything, so now we're just waiting to get the car back to pit lane. The car 160 is in pit. They're doing a fuel stop, driver change. That's about it down pit lane right now.
Okay.
We just looked at the guardrail. The guardrail is bent pretty bad where the Porsche hit it. And it's they're going to have to do something with that, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say. Okay. Yeah. Do they have equipment out there heading towards the guardrail to fix it? Can you tell?
No, they're pulling cars off the track. So, but if the track thinks it's okay, they got pace cars out. We're going back to green. Green.
Okay. Thanks for that, Bill. Appreciate you walking down there to check on Troy. And yeah, it's a real shame. It's a real shame. Those things can happen. We just don't expect it, you know, and it's not really common. As much racing as we do, as many cars as we put on the track, and as long as we're out there, you know, this kind of thing is really pretty rare that we see a car get totally destroyed like that. So that's a real shame. You know, Troy's put a lot of work into that car. So a weekend ended very early for that team, but they'll be back. They're already Troy's just getting finished up with the Biohazard Racing 2 machine. On board with Brew Crew Racing as they're, although it says yellow up above, I think that's just hasn't been refreshed just yet. So we're back to green flag racing here at the Amped Up Duels at Atlanta Motorsports Park. It's the Champ Car Endurance Series presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. Paul Veltum, Bill Strong, Doc Waldrop, and Tiffany Alexander calling all of the action this weekend. For this 8-hour race today, we're back for 7 hours tomorrow. Checkered flag today is at 4:30. We go green tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Right now, it's Legacy Autosports leading this race with Tuttle Motorsports behind them. Kelly Brothers just took over third spot in their Mazda. Then in P4, it's Justin's Angels in their Miata.
Boy, you can't miss our leader. That Miata is painted a fluorescent orange. There's nobody going to mistake him for a deer.
Something about that fluorescent color of orange that really sticks out when it's overcast, too.
Oh, yeah.
It just really
out
pops
there.
Visceral Racing Group is in 5th spot right now. That's Doc's pick for the win. Sparrow Speed is in 6th. 901 Motorsport is in 9th. And the Leviathan Motorsports is in 8th. Excuse me, did I say 9th? 901 Motorsports is in 7th. Leviathan is in 8th. 9th is Hong North Transam. 10th is Fosho Moco.
Well, we got a car off track. He's entering back on the upper carousel, so just slid a little wide, it looks like.
All right.
Doc, Wyatt Foster mentioned something about some Mardi Gras beads.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Foster.
That sounds like there's a story there.
Just a slight one.
Just a slight one?
Yeah, so we were joking around in the trailer, a bunch of us in my trailer, drinking beer, telling race stories, lies. And I don't know, somehow it came, I've got all the armbands up in the rafters of my trailer. And It's like, yeah, it reminds me of Mardi Gras beads, and I don't know what Foster said or something, but the subject of them, 3 wide down the front straight into one. And then another big pack of cars. I know Momo Champ was in there. But anyway, I said, oh, you want Mardi Gras beads? So I had a plastic grocery store bag full of Mardi Gras beads, and I tossed them to Wyatt, and my aim wasn't very good. And I might have caught him in a rather delicate area.
That's why he remembers it so vividly.
Yeah, I'm sure he took it very well. I was mortified. You know, here's probably one of the faster drivers in Champ Car, and I've hit him with a sack of Mardi Gras beads. And if you've ever gotten hit by a Mardi Gras bead, it kind of hurts. And this is a whole bag of them. And I mean like a bag of them.
Way to go. Way to go.
Yeah. Oh, man, I felt just mortified, you know. But I don't think there's any damage done permanent.
He's a young guy.
Yeah, he's a young guy. He took it really well because I was like, oh, my friggin' God, what have you done, you drunk idiot?
He took it like a man. Huh?
Yeah. Luckily, I mean, it was a toss, but, you know, it was perfect trajectory, as it were.
Yeah, it looks like they got that incident down there at turn 1 cleaned up.
Yeah, somebody's going to be out there with a gravel rake. He put some pretty deep furrows there.
Visceral up to 4th.
Now, this happened with cone crushers last week, so
right?
let's just be guardedly optimistic. It's a long race, 8 hours.
And our buddies in Hong North, they're usually, you know, pretty competitive cars. So
oh, that MX-3?
Yeah.
You better believe it's competitive.
And they've got some good drivers. My buddy Nabil is in there.
Yep. Nabil, of course, knows this track very well. He runs Just Track It events up here all the time. He's got one in Barber. Unfortunately, it's the week after our race because I could use a little help before our race.
It's the weekend after, right?
So, yeah, I want to give Matt Harper, again, with Flying Wrench, the primary sponsor of our car. He is now an official sponsor of Just Track It, along with UUC, one of our other sponsors. That's the Underground Upgrade Club. They're a supplier of parts primarily to BMWs. That's our good buddy Arjun.
Interesting name.
Yeah. Well, and of course, one of our
Underground
sponsors.
Upgrade Club?
Yeah.
I love it. It goes by UUC, and if you're looking for them on the web, it's UUC Motor Works, WERX.
Okay.
And DiscoveryParts.com is here. Not just here this weekend. They're always here at Atlanta Motorsports Park. Right, Doc?
Yes, sir. They are headquartered here. They've got a nice office, showroom, all sorts of goodies. They carry a lot of things for driver comfort, driver safety. He's got a ton of helmets, so you can get, the helmets. The manufacturer, of course, it's a small, medium, large, extra large. But that's not really accurate. You really need to get your helmet fitted to your head. And even the sizes, like the mediums are all a little different. Not a whole lot, but you want a helmet that's comfortable. I'm really picky about my shoes. So I very rarely order them online. I usually, I've gone down to Summit and picked up racing shoes there. I kind of prefer the high top version because if you do go off track or get in an incident, those roll bars down there hurt ankles. So
they have a nice setup where you can go in and try on stuff. I tried on in Bob's suit last year. So they got a lot of stuff in stock that you can try it on and figure out what is the best fit for you.
Right, exactly. And of course, we see Ron and Discovery Parts at Road Atlanta all the time. We see him up here. Of course, they're headquartered here, so he has a showroom, but he also has a mobile trailer. If you call and order parts and he's going to that race, he will meet you there and hand deliver your parts, as it were, or your gear, whatever you've ordered from him. But yeah, it's I don't know if he'll go to Barber. I would think he might. Barber's not all that far from here, depending on Atlanta traffic. You know, it's about probably from AMP, it's about 4 hours maybe. You get an hour going there because of the time change to Central from Eastern.
Yeah, about 4 hours. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, depending on what time you hit the perimeter in Atlanta, it could be 4 hours. It could be 40 hours.
All right. The cars are back here in the paddock. The Porsche I just sent pictures of, and Biohazard I sent pictures of. The most craziest thing ever, as bad as Biohazard is, he started the car up. In the crash, the starter wall came off. So we plugged that back in and we drove the car away.
So the car lives?
When you see the pictures, you're like, what?
So the car lives?
Like, says, hey, I've raced this. And so they're gonna do something, I think. They may put that car back out on track.
Okay.
The Porsche is dead. It's the whole front radiator stuff is all messed up, and
you know that car, Bill,
crushed up.
When
there.
we were in Sebring, that car had a lot of contact with other cars as well.
The Boxster?
He hit a lot of things. I don't think he hit the pace car, but he came close. I'm kidding. I don't know. I just remember that stuff, but I don't want to blame anybody. But basically, he lost control of the car as it came around the corner. Troy said he went from like 100 to 30 in an instant, and there was no way he could avoid it. Troy's car is actually shaped like a banana now, with the roof buckled.
Well, so's Troy, though.
I'm afraid that's where we're going.
It's a bald banana, but a banana nonetheless.
Yes. But everybody's okay. I'm headed back over to Bio to see what they're going to do.
Well, that's the important thing, that everybody's fine. They're going to be a little sore, no doubt.
Right.
But they make a medicinal. We've got several cans of it in our cooler right now.
It helps relax the muscles. Yeah.
Yeah, it helps relax a little bit. It's amazing stuff.
How much did they put in? What's it in, a can, maybe?
Yeah, you can get them in 12-ounce cans, 16-ounce cans, occasionally 24s. And then there's a company called Foster's that has what they call an oil can. It's a little oddly shaped, as it were, but it's amazing stuff. There's a whole bunch of manufacturers involved in this medicinal liquid. Wow, that car really, I got to get a number on him. He's smoking terribly up in turn 5. He's going to come into view here in a second. That's the 484. Yeah, the Tau Racing, that's him. He's putting out a tremendous amount of smoke. Like you could hide a Carrier battle group behind him. Not that a Carrier battle group would be in the middle of the North Georgia mountains, but I mean, figuratively speaking, folks.
So here's a look at the Porsche Boxster that was involved in that accident we just talked about a little bit earlier with Biohazard Racing. And you can see there's quite a bit of damage to the front end, as Bill described.
All right.
Virtually impossible to put that car back on the track.
Drop my head in my notes here, Paulie.
All right, so we're at the top of the hour here, folks. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us. Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety while significantly reducing braking system costs. Our proprietary 60-hour cryogenic process permanently and dramatically improves the usage life and stability of brake rotors creating a distinct advantage in tensile strength, abrasive wear resistance, and rotor longevity. Frozen Rotors. It's the cost-saving solution for better braking performance.
Our market-leading product is a Novec-based. It's a 3M Novec fire suppressant. And what really makes us special is the delivery system. This new 8865 3620 system puts that Novec, two separate systems, puts Novec in the cockpit, Novec in the engine bay in less than a second, immediately engulfing the area with a fire extinguishant. So by flooding the area that quickly, we're able to actually put out fires, save equipment, save our drivers. Obviously, that's the most important part.
Discovery Parts is a veteran-owned racing and safety equipment company located inside Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia. We take pride in being a reseller of the best of the industry to Champ Car teams and drivers. We know racing, love racing, and look forward to tomorrow to even more racing. Visit us at discoveryparts.com.
You know somebody that gets hot?
Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems are designed to keep you cool and safe in hot environments. The football shirt is worn under the shoulder pads for total player comfort. For race car drivers, Cool Shirts offers a driving cooling system for virtually every racing application. The multi-person cooling system is designed to meet the demands of the firefighter in rehab. Cool Shirts offers a variety of designs for anyone who gets hot.
Cool Shirt, the worldwide leader in personal cooling systems. Race your phone and become a winner.
Champ Car Endurance Series is sponsored by RVA Graphics and Wraps, a custom graphics shop that specializes in the design and production of the best quality made-to-order vehicle graphics. And by Lifeline. Lifeline uses the latest technology in motorsport fire suppression and extinguishing and is the leader of in-car fire safety systems using Novec and Triple F foam. And Willwood Disc Brakes. Willwood Engineering is a global leader and manufacturer of high-performance, original equipment disc brake solutions. And Cool Shirt Systems. Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems, vests, and garments offer comfort, safety, mobility, and durability when performance matters. And Maxxis Tires. Maxxis Tires International is committed to delivering high-performance, affordable tires to the world. And Frozen Rotors. Premium cryogenically treated brake pads and brake rotors by Diversified Cryogenics. And OMP Sport, one of the world's leading manufacturers of safety equipment and tuning accessories. And by Racing Radios, the leader in racing communications worldwide, providing quality and affordable communication systems for racers and fans alike. And DiscoveryParts.com, offering the best in auto safety racing apparel. So coming up next for the Champ Car Endurance Series, it's the Willwood Grand Prix at Auto Club Speedway for a double 7, November 17th and 18th. And then it's off to Virginia International Raceway for an 8+7, December 1st and 2nd. To find out more, go to www.champcar.org. Welcome back, everyone, to Champ Car Live. 41 laps completed here with Vissel Racing Group now leading the race. The new guy picked it.
How does that happen?
He's good, that new guy. So I was just outside. A dry line is starting to form in the corners. The straightaways are still a little damp. So these cars are putting some heat into the corner with these tires. Man, that car still smoking heavily up into turn 5, I'm sorry.
Which car is that?
That's the Tau Racing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were black flagged earlier to bring him in and take a look at that. So
yeah, so as long as he's not leaking fluid, I mean, maybe it's just a tire clearancing itself. But man, there's a lot of smoke up there. Another car that's moving up quickly is Danger Racing Group. I see the Happy Moose car is back out on track. That's that Volvo driven by Randy Popst.
Yay!
Yeah, that's good news for him and that team. That's weird. I still show them behind the wall, but
they're out there circulating.
Okay, it must be a
Maybe they didn't cross the loop yet.
frozen image there, so we'll come back to that. So it's Leviathan Motorsports in 14th now. Chandler School, one of their cars, is in 15th. The Fosho Ford is in 16th. Apex Predators in 17th. Munich Speed in 18th. Rotary Sport Racing is in 19th. And the other Chandler School car is in 20th spot. So looking at the classes, DiscoveryParts.com sponsoring Class A. It is Legacy Autosports, Hong North Transam, Kelly Brothers Racing, Sparrow Speed, Miata, and Justin's Angels in 5th. Down to B class, it's Rotary Sport Racing, Wetsu. In 3rd, it's Cavalier. It's Catvalier, excuse me. In 4th, the Flying Wankles. Let's pick more difficult names.
I know,
How about Mean Green Racing in 5th? They're not turning laps right now. And the only report we have on them so far is that they stalled on the racetrack a little bit earlier.
Yeah, just past turn 1, approaching turn 2, they went out and put him on a hook and brought him in.
So if we can get more information on that, we sure will.
They are all the way at pit end, so that's hell and gone from me. Ed is driving with them this weekend. Ed is the owner of the popular Shark car, that automatic J30. And of course, Pete Gasser is the owner of that car. Put it back together after he had an inadvertent shunt in his neighborhood test driving the car. Went to the brakes and there was none.
Hey, Doc, have you seen who's in 2nd place now?
Danger Racing Group. Yeah, that car's doing well out there. He looks so smooth. You know, it's a big car, so you don't notice his acceleration like you do maybe some of the Mazdas and that sort of thing.
My pick is right behind your pick.
Go figure. Great minds think alike. I don't know who has them, but that's what I've heard.
Oh, and they just turned their fastest lap. Is that the fastest lap of the race?
I've got a picture here of the McKibben's Biohazard Racing MR2, the damage there. As best as we can see it from the outside anyway. We don't know the full extent of the damage, of course, but you can see the car's twisted up pretty good, busted the windshield. So quite a bit of damage to both cars.
Yeah, when he came to a stop on the inside of the front straightaway, I was looking. I couldn't see the front of the car at all. He was nosed into the guardrail there, so I couldn't see that damage.
I might be able to get that car back out. Maybe kick the windshield out and see what happens.
And of course you can run with the hood, but I think that hood opening in biohazards, and I don't know that much about MR2s other than what I've heard for Bill. And of course he very rarely mentions MR2s.
Right.
So I don't know what effect that has on the cooling of that car. Yeah, if he would talk about MR2s every once in a while, it would really help me.
It would be nice, but...
Yeah. You know, Bill is his own boss, so...
It's like, so we got a report of a car that's leaking transmission fluid. And that's the 474 car, which is the Killer Clowns in their 05 Mustang. I wonder if it's an automatic.
How do they know it's transmission fluid?
Right.
I mean, rear diff fluid, you can smell the difference. That's the most foul-smelling stuff on the face of this earth.
Well, that's why I'm thinking. I'm wondering if it's an automatic.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe they can see it dripping down from the transmission.
So our second place car is just ending at wrong set of lips again, exiting turn 6 while our leader was entering probably turn 8 or turn 10. I'm sorry. They count those little kinks in this course, 7 and 8. They're really not turns. They're slight adjustments to the wheel, but they number them.
It shows only 15 seconds separating first and second.
Yeah, that'd be about right. The other Tuttle machine, 108, is running in, last time I looked, was running in 11th place. Those are identically prepared Mitsubishi Eclipses. One used to be an EC car, one was a C car. Now I believe they're both C-class competitors.
We got Hung North up to 6th.
That MX-3 is fast.
So I guess the Troy Trulio is going to try and get that car fixed and get it back out onto the racetrack. Bill's saying the front wheelbase is 1/8 of an inch shorter right now on the right-hand side.
That car is going to handle differently.
Yeah, if you can just get it out there, you know.
Yeah.
Try and get some laps in. You know, I was following along with the thread. Jerry Inger, one of our board members, was planning to be here this weekend and race with that team, and developed acute appendicitis after last weekend's race. Took himself to the ER. They said that it ruptured on Friday, so he raced the whole weekend with a ruptured appendix. And fortunately, they said it was ruptured on the top, and that's why he didn't go septic. So they've got him patched up. He's in the hospital right now recovering from that appendicitis attack. And fortunately, you know, Jerry, we send best wishes to you that you get better. But he really, really wanted to be to this race this weekend. Just couldn't do it, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking the doctor wouldn't approve this.
Gonna need a little R&R.
The
Well,
doctor
everybody
probably
told
was
him no.
incredulous that he raced with a burst appendix, for goodness sakes.
That's
Well, we are race car drivers, and no one's ever accused us of being, particularly
Smart. Smart is the word you're looking for.
Smart's
Bob.
probably the word. I was looking for a more, democratic.
No,
answer, but
smart's good.
Smart might work, yeah.
So we've got a Porsche stopped entering turn 2. He was slow coming out of 1. He just crested the hill, so he's in view of a flag stand. It's a black Porsche. And I don't have my printout of what color the cars are.
All right, we got a couple of 944s in that. Is there a 928 also?
It could be a 928. I can't see the front of the car, but yeah, it's got that big window glass on the back that's so recognizable. He's well off the racing line on the outside of the course. That's where you're diving in to take turn 2, which is a real quick little kink to the left and then to the right. You want to trail brake it a little bit. The carousel that I have in view, which is the turn 4, is it's drying out very noticeably. It's a much lighter gray than the rest of the track. Dry line is starting to form, breaking into 6 now, as well as the corner itself. Skies, oh, wait a minute. There's some blue sky above me. That's
beginning to open up a little bit.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. And then, the temperature outside isn't bad. It's certainly nothing compared to last year. I think Mike Chiswick said, and I agree with him, that last year here at AMP was about the most miserable conditions. I'm thinking Road America last weekend might have eclipsed that. I don't know. I'd have to get Mike's opinion on that. Of course, Mike's favorite word is no, so I might say, was this the 107 car now he's picked it up. Coming out of turn 6, he was visibly slowed, passed by 4 cars, but then they looked like he put the hammer back down. Maybe he was adjusting something in the cockpit. Again, you don't have much time to rest here, so who knows? Maybe he was grabbing a drink. It's that turn 6 is the slowest corner here.
And Bill is saying it's starting to rain a little there. Starting to see some rain, Doc?
No,
No? Okay.
no. Tell Bill he's crazy. There are some dark clouds to my right, which is towards turn 1. But I don't see any raindrops. There's a balcony here on the second floor that a lot of teams line up on with their radios to communicate with their drivers. And the pavement's wet, and I don't see any drops on it. So they've got an emergency vehicle for that Porsche out there. I have a set of binoculars, but they're back in the trailer where they do absolutely no good.
Correct.
Much like me in the booth doing absolutely no good.
Now, that's not true.
Here comes the 107 car, was just down on pit row. That's the one that said he was our second place car, I believe at the time, slowed dramatically coming out of 6. Looked like he got it refired, but he is on pit row. Row, pit lane.
Unless they hate him out.
See, that's why I always say pit row, because is it pit lane or pit road? We can't seem to agree. So I say pit row.
I think it's both. I say the hot pits.
Yeah, the hot pits. Yeah.
Well, there's the hot pits and the cold pits.
Yeah.
Put a new driver in there, filling that car up. Car looks good. Muffler's still attached. We were taking bets in the tower to see how long his safety wired muffler system would stay in the car. So far, we're looking at 2 hours. So one of the guys up there is lost. I think Mike's still in the lead on that one. We'll see. The 107, they're putting the driver in. It's like Tuttle is out of the car. Brian and his son's in the car now.
That muffler setup reminds me of some of the IMSA GTO and GTU cars back in the GTP days that had elaborate mufflers.
Laguna Seca, because they got to be really, really quiet. Michael Tuttle's in the car. Crew's over the wall. Fueling's done. Checking tire pressures. Hood is up. They're going to be checking oil. Yep, dipstick comes out. 2 guys looking at the dipstick. Gets a confirmation. Good. Put the dipstick back in. That little Nissan V6 and this Mitsubishi sounded really good out on the track today. Tuttle's trying a new setup with like 245 tires in the front and 225s in the back on the front wheel bar. After they at it.
Your microphone, Bill, is breaking up badly.
It's just your, it's your service. Yeah.
So I don't know what they credited the driver stints for on that full course yellow that broke out on lap 2, but normally we'd be coming up to our first stops. It's 10:21, so it's an 8-hour race. You'd like to see people coming in right at the 2-hour mark, but with that long caution, of course, the cars aren't using near as much fuel. So they can go a little bit longer, but I do not know how long that time is. So that number you see on my windshield, it's reversed. That's the that was our car number for the test day. They asked us to put those on our windshields. Oh. So they've got this this Porsche on the hook. He's going to be taking the long way around. He's just exiting turn 5, heading to turn 6. I'll be able to get the number, though, because I do not believe there is a cut through in that area. I'm still sticking by my call that it's a Porsche.
Well, it shows that the Plan C, the number 851, is not circulating.
That is indeed the car number, 851.
And that's why you have me here.
Well, that and you're the beauty of this outfit, and certainly the brains.
I thought that was your job, Doc.
I believe I've been usurped. And frankly, I mean, if I'm the beauty of this broadcast, I can't tell you how much trouble we're in.
Sorry, guys. I am just really busy.
Go ahead.
Okay. You can be busy, Paulie.
Yeah, be busy. We'll ramble.
Yeah, we'll just talk about whatever. You know, everybody talks about the weather, but nobody ever does anything about it.
It would be nice if somebody would step up.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I mean,
no.
2 years ago, it was just so gorgeous here. And the cool thing about it, we had a trunk or treat for all the neighborhood or local townsfolk up here in Dawsonville. So, and it was awesome. And the weather was just perfect. You know, Chamber of Commerce looking stuff.
It was beautiful that year, yeah.
And then last year, ugh.
Didn't they have the Moonshine Festival like 2 years ago, fall on the same weekend as
Well, the Moonshine Festival is indeed going on in Dawsonville here right now, even as we speak. And if y'all aren't familiar with the story of Dawsonville, a lot of people maintain this is where NASCAR really started. With the North Georgia Moonshiners running their cars down to the thirsty city of Atlanta. And what's cool about town here is there's all these old moonshine cars parked in front of businesses. There's probably like 10 of them out here. But Lloyd Say was here, who is one of the original winners in NASCAR. 108 car is now pitted. That's the other Tuttle machine. But anyway, it's, you know, a lot of people maintain that this is really where NASCAR started. Of course, you had Junior Johnson's crew up in the North Carolina around the Wilkesboro area. And they were moonshiners too. And then they got together. There was an old speedway here called the Lakewood Speedway down basically where the Atlanta airport is now. Hartsfield, Jackson, Nail Emporium, and Hot Wing Express.
Hot Wing Express.
Oh, there's about 80 check-ins on Facebook, and people have named the airport everything.
That's very creative of them.
Yeah, Hartsfield, James Hartsfield was the guy that the airport was the original brainchild of. Delta Airlines started here as a crop dusting company and stuff. So people have played off of, not necessarily her name, but many years ago, they added Maynard Jackson's name. So it became Hartsfield Jackson. And so people have named it LaToya Jackson's Nail Emporium and Hair Weave Express and stuff like that. There's, like I said, there must be 50 check-ins for Hartsfield, and you just pick the one that appeals to you.
All right, so Brew Crew's in the pits.
Porsche Tuttle in the pits too, but then they in the pits but passed and got into second place. So
well, the 107 car pitted. Now the 108's in. Brew Crew, we're right on schedule. This is when we're supposed to be in. The 851, that Porsche has appeared on pit road on the tow truck.
I was wondering if Danger Racing was maybe, oh no, they show them back in second now. Maybe they were pitted before the pit loop.
Could be, yeah. It's kind of hard to tell where teams are. We have a list of where they're pitted, but it's awfully hard to keep track of. It's not sorted by any name or number.
Right, right.
So it's kind of
they're sharing too, right?
What's that?
They're sharing pit stalls too, right?
Right, yeah. They're pitted right near us, right next to McKibben's Biohazard.
Gotcha.
And then working towards pit out, we have my team, we have Running Bulls, we have John Allen Special. So a little bastion of E30 love.
So coming in for beginnings of the pit stops, I guess this would be the second hour, as you already mentioned. Vissel Racing Group is leading the race with Danger Racing Group in second. Legacy Autosports in third. Motorsport, the 901 Motorsport team in fourth. Hong North Tron Sam in fifth. In sixth, it's Sparrow Speed Mazda. In seventh, it's Kelly Brothers Racing. In eighth, Full Throttle. In ninth, Tuttle Motorsports in the 108 car. Looks like they've just dropped behind Apex Predators, who's moved into ninth. And Leviathan has also passed them, moving into 10th as Tuttle is in the pits. We've had a couple of full course cautions so far today. First was just after lap 1 was nearly completed. Racing Analytics into the wall when they came into contact with the Mean Green Racing team.
There
Took
goes
several
my
minutes
car.
to repair
Our pit
that
stop is
wall.
completed. We're heading to pit out.
Then under the extended yellow, the extended full course caution to get that tire wall repaired over in 15 as a result of the impact that Racing Analytics had over there. Happy Moose Racing, his car went down. Looks like he had some electrical issues, got the car back out. Then it was Mean Green Racing that stalled on the track just around the same time. There was a big crash down in turn 1 involving the Pistol Star Racing Porsche and McKibben's Biohazard Racing. McKibben's working to get the car back out. Looks like the Porsche has been retired for the race. If we hear any more on that, we'll let you know. Looks like both drivers are okay. So you're watching the amped up duels at Atlanta Motorsports Park. It's the Champ Car Endurance Series presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. Paul Velton with Bill Strong. Doc Waldrop and Tiffany Alexander calling the race for you this weekend, giving you information as we receive it. Out here in Dawsonville, Georgia.
Home of Austin Bill from Dawsonville.
Here's a look at Race Hero, which you can follow your favorite teams on Race Hero just by going to their website, racehero.io, or you can pick up their app in the App Store if you're an Apple user, or the Google Play Store if you're an Android user. And then just look through the list for the Champ Car Endurance Series race, the Amped Up Duels. You'll be able to go in there and see how your favorite teams are doing. Right now it's Visceral Racing Group in the lead, up about a lap over Danger Racing Group, who's also up about a lap on 901 Motorsport. They brought 2 cars out here this weekend. Then it's Legacy Autosports in 4th. But we've got a lot of teams pitting right now. The top 3 are in the pits, as you can see, along with P5 in 8, 11, 12, 13, as teams are coming in for their required pit stop to pick up fuel and make driver change. It's at the 2-hour mark. Back on board with the Brew Crew Racing team.
Yep, we've just come out of the pits and are back on track. Michael McCourt should be our driver in the car. And then some guy, Wall Drop.
Must be a new guy.
Car, yeah, probably an FNG.
Definitely the new guy.
Yeah, definitely. I got to step off for a second and plug in my iPad. I forgot to bring a power strip up here.
All right, Doc. So reaching the bottom of the hour, we'll take a quick break here.
I, of course, told my team, don't let me forget this power strip. But I did. Forgot the power strip.
Yeah, it happens, right?
Well, you're trying to get the broadcast working, giving last-minute instructions, just reminders, really. It's like, don't pit too close to pit wall here, because pit lane's kind of narrow here. But if you pit too close to the wall, you can't get the fuel can even in. You can't tilt it up once the hose goes in the fuel filler neck. And then if you need to change a tire, you can't get the jack in there. So people are being very respectful of their pit road speeds, though. Everybody's being very safe. Several of these teams, of course, their gas filler neck will be on the driver's side of the car. On an E30, it happens to be on the passenger side. So, all right, now I'm going to go plug the iPad in.
All right.
I promise.
Well, we're going to have to go to commercial break, so.
Oh, cool.
You do what you have to there.
I will. Don't I always, though?
That's what we love about you, brother. Frozen rotors from Diversified Cryogenics deliver increased performance and a higher level of safety while significantly reducing braking system costs. Our proprietary 60-hour cryogenic process permanently and dramatically improves the usage life and stability of brake rotors, creating a distinct advantage in tensile strength, abrasive wear resistance, and rotor longevity. Frozen rotors. It's the cost-saving solution for better braking performance.
Our market-leading product is a Novec based. It's a 3M Novec fire suppressant. And what really makes us special is the delivery system. This new 8865 3620 system puts that Novec, two separate systems, puts Novec in the cockpit, Novec in the engine bay in less than a second, immediately engulfing the area with a fire extinguishant. So by flooding the area that quickly, we're able to actually put out fires, save equipment, save our drivers. Obviously, that's the most important part.
Discovery Parts is a veteran-owned racing and safety equipment company located inside Atlanta Motorsports Park in Dawsonville, Georgia. We take pride in being a reseller of the best of the industry to Champ Car teams and drivers. We know racing, love racing, and look forward to tomorrow to even more racing. Visit us at discoveryparts.com.
Know somebody that gets hot?
Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems are designed to keep you cool and safe in hot environments. The football shirt is worn under the shoulder pads for total player comfort. For race car drivers, Cool Shirts offers a driving cooling system for virtually every racing application. The multi-person cooling system is designed to meet the demands of the firefighter in rehab. Cool Shirts offers a variety of designs for anyone who gets hot.
Cool Shirt, the worldwide leader in personal cooling systems. Race your phone and become a winner.
Champ Car Endurance Series is sponsored by RVA Graphics and Wraps, a custom graphics shop that specializes in the design and production of the best quality made-to-order vehicle graphics. And by Lifeline. Lifeline uses the latest technology in motorsport fire suppression and extinguishing and is the leader of in-car fire safety systems using Novec and Triple F foam. And Willwood Disc Brakes. Willwood Engineering is a global leader and manufacturer of high-performance, original equipment disc brake solutions. And Cool Shirt Systems. Cool Shirt's personal cooling systems, vests, and garments offer comfort, safety, mobility, and durability when performance matters. And Maxxis Tires. Maxxis Tires International is committed to delivering high-performance, affordable tires to the world. And Frozen Rotors. Premium cryogenically treated brake pads and brake rotors by Diversified Cryogenics. And OMP Sport, one of the world's leading manufacturers of safety equipment and tuning accessories. And by Racing Radios, the leader in racing communications worldwide, providing quality and affordable communication systems for racers and fans alike. And DiscoveryParts.com, offering the best in auto safety racing apparel. So coming up next for the Champ Car Endurance Series, it's the Willwood Grand Prix at Auto Club Speedway for a double 7, November 17th and 18th. And then it's off to Virginia International Raceway for an 8+7, December 1st and 2nd. To find out more, go to www.champcar.org. Yeah, we hope you'll join us out there for those races. There's still plenty of spots available to get in and go racing with us at two fantastic racetracks here in the United States. The good old US of A, with a bit of a change in the leadership up front. Not sure all the pit stops are done, but they should be. Apex Predators in the lead right now.
We've got some cars still coming into pit row. It's our understanding that the driver stints were extended because of that long yellow, so certain cars have taken advantage of that.
Oh, boy. Okay. Because that's going to really change up the strategy.
Yeah, and I don't know what that time is. Maybe we can get a report from race control, but that was my understanding. And of course, with the much reduced speeds, you're not going to use near as much fuel. And you don't really use much fuel at AMP anywhere. There's no big, long straights.
It just turns a lot, right?
It turns a lot. Yep, you're busy out there.
That way, and then back this way, and then back that way.
Yeah. So the carousel, that's nice, and it's a nice light gray. Cars are getting through there pretty quickly. The braking into turn 6, the dry line has appeared. Looks a little dark entering turn 6 maybe, but the generally accepted racing line as they hit turn 7, that's all a nice light gray. So cars are getting a lot of grip out there.
Yeah, that's great to see, you know, because last year was just pretty miserable for the teams with the weather that we had out here.
Yeah, no, it was.
And this year, a very different story.
Yeah, still under mostly leaden skies, a little dark out there, but I do see a couple of patches of blue. It's real low clouds rolling over that look the darkest up higher altitudes. The clouds are nice and white up there. So I still don't see any rain on the course. I don't see any drops outside my window here.
So Apex Predators up front leading the race with Munich Speed in second. We've got Visceral Racing Group in third. Foshimoco in fourth. Danger Racing in fifth. Tuttle Motorsports in sixth. That's the 107 car. Hong North in seventh. 901 Motorsport in eighth. Legacy Autosport in ninth. And the other Tuttle Motorsport machine in 10th. So both those cars up in the top 10 so far this morning.
Looks like first, second, and fourth have not pitted yet.
Oh, I could believe that.
Yeah, and then Visceral and Danger have, I think. Yeah. So once they pit, that should shake that up a little bit.
Oh, wait a minute. There's actually sun out in the upper carousel.
Sun?
Yeah, cars are casting shadows and everything.
Oh.
This track has so much character.
And there's so many characters out there.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, but you're the best one of them all, Doc.
Aw.
See?
Aw.
Yeah.
I'm getting all teary-eyed. I'm getting all misty.
Definitely our favorite character, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, it's a gift like anything else.
Happy Moose out there turning laps. Of course, we talked about them a little bit earlier. That was Randy Popst in the car. His home track out here in that old Volvo. I think it's, what, a 740?
740, yep.
Yep.
Those are the trusted, tried and true, those cars that just seem to go forever.
You know, it's kind of like R-Bank Racing and those Saabs. It's like, you know, and Lord knows there's a 622 on a rollback coming down pit road.
So it looks like, if I call this right, I know the image is really shaky, but this is through turn 15. He's heading up to the front straightaway here. You can see how you kind of come up a grade here. Then the car gets a little light as you crest, and then it's downhill.
Right.
Yeah. So this is downhill into one.
That turn 16 is a leap of faith sometimes. It's hard to pick up the line until you're almost on it.
You definitely know when you're off of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's where that Silver Star got into trouble, that Boxster.
Pistol Star, yeah.
Pistol Star. I knew silver didn't sound right.
Mm-hmm.
Silver Star is Sylvania. There's no light bulbs out there running.
The light bulbs.
Bump. So I wanted to comment on our drivers being very, very respectful of the pit road speed. Everybody I saw was being very, very careful.
Let me out there.
You'd fix that, huh? No, you're a mindful racer, Paulie.
I am. I do get a little excited leaving the pits.
You are an excitable boy.
Well, you know, it seems like that's something I began to work on. I saw it in other drivers. You see something it's like, well, I see guys kind of, well, I don't know how else to say it, loafing as they work their way out of the pits. A little slow leaving the pit box. It's like, you know, you can go ahead and go, you know.
Yeah, true. I mean, pit road speed, what we're telling everybody is pit road speed is 2,000 RPMs in second gear.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I got to keep telling myself that.
You're not one of those that like spins tires coming out, are you,
No,
Paul?
nothing ridiculous like that. But
I wouldn't expect that of you.
no, I'm not going to hurt anybody. But, you know.
Trying to get all you can out of it.
I've been spoken to.
I've been spoken to.
You've seen the finger out at you?
Yeah. Yeah, the last time was at Brainerd, and I disagreed with the gentleman at the exit that I was not, and then I went back and saw that I looked at the video because I remembered, and he was right. I was over, so I contacted him and apologized for giving him grief.
Well, I think when our adrenaline's up, we tend to maybe be doing things that we're not quite aware of 100%, right? I mean, going a little faster than we think, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe get into race mode.
I've got our leader on pit row.
Yep.
So Apex Predators leading the race now. They're in the pits, as we just mentioned. So that's about right, Doc. That should bring Apex. It should bring Visceral right back up into the lead of the race.
Looks like the Happy Moose is moving along.
Happy Moose moving along nicely now that you got that electrical issue taken care of.
There's no Wonder Bread in that car.
I see what you did there, Tiffany.
Tiffany got the joke at the end of the video that was released for the I don't know what they called it. It was a highlight reel of the 24 hours of the 24-hour race we did at VIR, the Lifeline 24-hour race.
Oh, the race bar one?
Yeah.
Yeah. The what we do, I think, is a documentary.
Yeah, that's it. And you got the last word in there. That was pretty funny. Can't remember what the joke was, but it was good.
I don't either. I remember him interviewing me at the end of the 24-hour race, and I couldn't even spell my own last name.
We do get a little tired.
I got all the letters right, just maybe not in the right order. Like my brain, I was like, it's been a long race.
So we had a pretty funny laugh Thursday night. I got out here early, and I set out a couple of tires to save Michael Bulls a spot because we're pitted next to them. And pit road, this admin building takes up a large amount of space. So if you get here early, you get a space right next to your pit box. Otherwise, you're going to have a long haul out to your pits. So anyway, I left a couple of tires out there. Me and Tyler Pedersen and Rodney Earwood went out to have a couple of margaritas. So we're coming back, and Rodney turns his big old truck into our spot. And I kind of know where I put those tires, and it's like, well, where's my tire? About that time, the whole right side of the truck pitches up, and without missing a beat, I went, oh, there it is.
We're running over it.
Yeah, exactly. So we had a pretty big kick out of that.
Now, wasn't Tyler supposed to bring some brew from other places?
Well, Tyler has promised me he will bring my winnings down to Sebring.
Oh, is he not coming to Barber?
I don't believe so.
He's gonna miss on that fun.
Yeah, I can't understand it myself, but you know, people's priorities sometimes.